Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review, and before I start, my table has changed. Yes, my table has gone from a wooden table to this ugly plastic yellow neon table. Look, this wasn't my doing, I had no choice, okay? Yeah. But well, before I go off on a tangent, today's figure is Age of Extinction, One Step, Optimus Prime. Now, I bought this figure as just one of those little novelty fun figures. I didn't really buy this for any serious purposes. I just bought this for fun. So, yeah. So, this is just a little simple figure of Prime in his, well, Age of Extinction and Last Night's design. Although, as you can see, there is a lot of shites coming off the back here with the arms and even the chest plate. But keep in mind, this is a one-step figure, so it has to compromise a lot of things. But still, this is rather ugly. I mean, the way the arms stick out the back, it actually reminds me of the Optimus Prime from Transformers Energon, if you remember that. Because his arms were also sticking out the back. However, at least that Prime's fists were hidden. This guy's fists are just out in the open, you see? Now, having a look at the back, this is obviously going to be the robot feet. Got a little code thing there. And this little metal disc. And what that's for is, if you have the huge Grimlock figure that like has lights and sounds, you have the handle that you like move up to transform it. That had the little non-transforming Prime. Well, this disc is for when you stand the figure on that Grimlock, the disc unlocks a little thing on the side. So yeah, it's sort of similar to the Cyber Keys from Cybertron or the Minicon gimmicks from Armada, although it's only with one gigantic figure. So the way these figures are technically similar to Minicons, although they only work with one gigantic figure and only in robot mode. I guess if you wanted to, you could try and stand this on Grimlock in vehicle mode, but this will get in the way. Alright, it was Stomp and Chomp Grimlock. I just remembered the figure's name. It was Stomp and Chomp Grimlock. But yeah, so you could stand the figure on that Grimlock, and a little thing would pop out the side of that Grimlock. So yeah, I don't have that Grimlock, but well, I don't have any Grimlocks from what I can remember. Well, looking at the detailing, we still have the flames from the, because that's pretty much the standard with movie primes before the Bumblebee movie came out and gave him a G1 design. Also an Autobahn insignia right on the top. The windows are a clear blue. Got the little front radiator. The underneath, which is, well, we have this huge hollow section here. I don't really care for that. And we've got the head showing. And this big screw here. So yeah, at some angles the vehicle mode does look good, but it looks pretty ugly in some other angles. Now, for comparison, here he is with the other movie Prime I have, the 2007 Leader Prime. And yeah, we can definitely see quite a difference here. Because this was Prime's first movie design, and this is his fourth movie design. So the vehicle mode definitely did change, because this is way more sleek and angular, whereas this is more blocky. Although I definitely prefer Prime's first movie design. But you can definitely see where the flames came from in this figure. But well, if I just get the leader Prime out of the way. The transformation, well, it's a one-step figure, so come on, it's easy. And well, if you remember the activators from Transformers Animated, this is pretty much an activator figure. So you stand, so you grab the figure, you take this bit and you push it, and well, if my phone camera will stop glitching, oh, there we go. So if I just show that to you again. So yeah. And to show him transforming back slowly. See how everything just moves back. Now with the arms, you want to try and get them situated in such a way where, if I can just show you, where they when I get them situated where they're pegged together, but these bits are also, but it also lines up here, you see. So yeah, but if I just quickly transform him, ironically, I think Prime transforms quicker. I think this Prime transforms quicker than he did in the movies, which is pretty ironic. This Prime definitely transforms like a G1 Prime in speed, not the actual transformation. I'm just meaning it's more like a G1 transformation in the sense that it all happens at once. Where instead of the movie style transformation, where bits just like move about until it forms a robot. I know I'm confusing. I even confuse myself at times, but let's just have a look at the robot mode. And yeah, this is a pretty simple robot mode. I mean, the head, it's definitely a Prime head. Having a little look around the figure. The front of the truck is actually on his back, and that actually reminds me of the Power Master Prime figure. That wasn't the intention, but this reminds me a lot of Power Master Prime, with the front of the truck being on the robot's back. Now got a lot of molded detailing here. I mean, got the chest, got a lot of detailing here and here. Got some detailing on the arms. So this is a pretty detailed figure. I'll give him that. And well, for articulation, surprisingly, the head does actually turn around. Well, as you can see, the head is hollow, but his head does turn around surprisingly. And he can move his arms up and down just like a G1 figure. However, that's all he can do. There's no T-posing, there's no splits, the legs don't do anything. He just moves his head and arms, and that's pretty much it. Well, it's a spring-loaded figure, so what do you expect? I mean, you can literally see one of the springs here, and, well, I mean, there's a spring here, and I think I sort of a spring somewhere else, but yeah, this is a spring-loaded figure. I actually saw in the transformation. Now, for a comparison with how he looked in the first movie, I'm going to have to raise my camera. I'm not going to find something to stand it up. I'm just going to hold my phone, so if you'll just excuse me as I get the first movie Prime transformed. And for comparison, here he is with first movie Prime. And well, aside from size differences, because well, this is a small budget figure for kids, if I can speak, we can see that Prime definitely had some changes between the first movie and the fourth movie. I mean, I'm not gonna list the differences off just because, well, if I had a bigger fourth movie Prime figure, then I'd list off the differences. But I'm just gonna let you see these guys for a few seconds. Okay, there we go. I'll just get this guy back on my shelf. Excuse me. Okay, now that's pretty much all I have to say. So yeah, well, without repeating myself, that's it for this figure. So complaints. Well, I mean, for one, the robot mode's pretty simple and the articulation's lacking, but come on, this is meant to be a simple figure, so that's to be expected. However, my main complaint is with the vehicle mode, because remember, we have all this sticking out the back. However, things I do like about the figure, the actual transformation itself, I just love that. I could do that all day. It's just really fun. But while I recommend this figure? Well, I'd say, if my tongue would actually work, this is when my tongue just freezes on me. There's way better fourth movie Prime figures to get, so only get this guy if you really want to. Yeah, if you really want an Age of Extinction Optimus Prime, go for one of the more articulated versions. So that way he actually scales better with the first movie Prime that I showed. This is just a little budget figure for your kids and should only be in... this is when my tongue stops working again. I cannot speak today. Should only be in your collection if you really, really want him. So yeah, before my tongue malfunctions again, this has been my review on One Step Optimus Prime from Age of Extinction. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.